Yes, ma'am. We'll go to you next.
Change our country. Oh, should I start over? In the spirit of taking action to change our country, hundreds of New Hampshire citizens will be walking from Nashua to Concord next week, ending in a large rally on the Concord State House lawn with thousands of other people to call for real solutions to global warming. This is an issue that we all feel is very important, and from what I've heard, you think also is very important. Something that concerns me especially is how all people in society of all income levels will be affected by a transition to clean energy. How do you plan to address this issue?
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad people know about this march. It's a very important cause. I think that if we do our transformation from carbon, oil, fuels to alternative, clean, renewable sources of energy, if we do it the right way, we can strengthen the American economy. And people say, oh, you're going to hurt the American economy. That's just not true. We can create at least 1 million new jobs. You know, they won't be blue-collar jobs. We like to call them green-collar jobs. And in the process of creating, I think we don't think forward enough. You know, if we make this change, we're going to have to build wind turbine factories, for example. They got to be placed somewhere. They can be put into places where jobs have been lost. We can create all kinds of jobs. In fact, as we create those jobs, we need to be training our workforce to do the jobs. So what I've suggested is that we make grants to local community colleges and unions to be able to train workers to do these green-collar jobs. Also, that we create academies within our high schools so that young people are trained and learn about this transformation so we can help strengthen the American economy. And I might add, in addition to dealing with the crisis that saves the planet, which is not a small thing, in addition to that, we can also, I think, have real potential to help change the Middle East. In the Middle East, we have bad governments and bad leaders, and they have no incentive at all to change. They're not interested in reform, political reform, economic reform. They don't educate their children because they're on a drug, and that drug's oil, and they are mainlining that drug. The question is, how do we change their behavior? The way we change it is America drives down the price of oil by moving off our dependence to oil. The Europeans and the Japanese are likely to follow. And as a result, these countries will have to reform. They'll politically reform. Some countries in the Middle East that don't have oil have already done that. But these bad governments that we're worried about and make the Middle East the most insecure place in the world have a real incentive to change. So I think if we do this smart and the right way and with some vision, we can deal with the crisis. We can make America's economy more independent. We can create over 1 million jobs in this country, and we can help have really positive influence over the rest of the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.